Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video, I am going to be channeling Angelic Energy Healing, and there's probably going to be a light language transmission, and it is for loving yourself, it is for self-love, it's also for clearing any blockages that you might have that are or is preventing you from doing that, from loving yourself fully and completely, from embodying that energy of self-love. So if this sounds like something you would like to receive, please do give your permission in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to call in all of your healing teams of light to join my healing team of light, calling in your healing team of light, calling in all of your healing teams of light. And I'm going to ask them to activate a sacred healing space around us now, energetically. And I usually see this as a silver, well, I'm hearing it's a golden dome today, like a lattice dome. And it is surrounding all of us energetically. It's kind of like in a circle. We're all in a bubble. So we're all connected energetically within this sacred space to receive these beautiful energies. Just asking for that sacred space to be anchored in as well, because I can't remember if I've said that. And this is just your opportunity to tune in, see what you can sense and pick up with your psychic senses. If there's any colors that you're seeing, if any words come to mind, if there's any different sensations in your body, heat, tingles. Some of you might even taste different things or smell. And then others of you might have a feeling or a knowing as this sacred space is anchored in around us now. Thank you. So I'm hearing, if there is a specific intention you have in relation to self-love, loving yourself, to take a minute and to drop into your heart space, to get really clear on what this intention is for you. And I'm just here, I'm going to call in Archangel Ariel for this, calling in Archangel Ariel, because we are going to go into the heart for this, or connect into your heart space, to bring your awareness there. So if it feels comfortable, I'd invite you to place your hand on your heart. But if that doesn't feel comfortable, don't worry about it. There's no need to do that. But I'm going to just ask Archangel Ariel to connect you into your heart, connect you into your heart, connect you into your heart. That's better. And from here, from this energy, dropping into your heart and taking a moment to ask yourself if you have a specific intention in relation to self-love. And when you have that in mind, either saying it out loud or in your mind's eye, for it to be received by the healing teams of light and Archangel Ariel. Thank you very much. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of a grounding meditation. I'm going to bring down the energy of love from source. So I am seeing both pink and also green, an emerald green energy coming down from the heavens, and it's spiraling down into your stellar gateway chakra, opening and activating you to love. As it continues down into your soul star chakra, which is above your head, opening and activating you to love. And I'm just being asked to pause here. So your soul star chakra is where you have information in relation to your past lives. So what is happening here? Archangel Ariel is coming in for this. There's an activation happening in your soul star chakra. I'm seeing like a star. I'm seeing like there's healing energy being sent into your past lives. All the past lives that you had where you didn't love yourself, you weren't able to love yourself, whatever the case may be. They're just being bathed in light, the pink and emerald green, and I'm also seeing violet light as well with this. Lord Melchizedek is also coming in for this. He's performing some sort of ritual to clear karma. And the angels are coming in, and it's almost like I'm just seeing a circle of angels as well as Lord Melchizedek around your soul star chakra. Their hands are out and they are channeling that energy in through there. And then I'm seeing a number of it's almost like pathways, and that is symbolic of your past lives. And the energy is just streaming into all of those past lives, bringing with it healing, clearing, cleansing, dissolution of karma. I'm hearing. So taking a moment yourself to tune into this energy. See what you can pick up with your psychic senses as the sun shines down on me. Here in Ireland, it's a beautiful sunny day. Miraculously. One of you, I'm hearing. Indeed. Just giving them another few more minutes, a minute or two, should I say, to complete the work that they're doing on your soul star chakra. So the star has been coming in a lot in my recent healings, actually. It is like a North Star. So it's like a guiding, like the North Star in the sky is like a guide, clearing, a reference point to guide you. The North Star is like symbolic of your true self, your internal guidance system, and connecting in with yourself, your internal guidance system, your intuition, your body, your gut instincts, and using that to navigate yourself, using that as a tool to help you navigate on this path and on this journey of loving yourself, returning to love, because that's what the ascension is all about, is returning to that vibration of love. And I guess the message is to use your internal guidance system in order to do that, in order for it to show you the way back to yourself and back to love. Thank you. So I'm also seeing a halo. It's a yellow one. Also a little bit of white. Yellowy sort of white halo is what I'm seeing. And it is symbolic of a connection to the angels. Some of you have a very strong connection to the angels. You might have considered working with the angels, or you just like to connect in with the angels. But I'm just hearing that the angels will let you know it's almost like they'll let you know if you need to take this connection further, i.e. do some training in angelic healing or some other modality involving the angels. That's what it feels like. It's kind of like a nudge, a tap on the shoulder. That's the word. A tap on the shoulder from the angels to say, yeah, you have a connection here with us. We think you should develop it. So this is for some of you. Only take it if it resonates. And if that is the case, you can just ask, you can put that out there. What's the best way for you to work with the angels? What's the best way for you to nurture and cultivate this connection with the angels? Or whatever sort of question comes to your mind in relation to this. Thank you. Oh my goodness, so this still going ahead with the soul star stuff. It is quite strong. You might be feeling some sensations or pressure in the head. Also seeing a heart. A big old red heart. And I'm just saying, or hearing another message about connecting into your heart. So dropping into the heart like we did to set an intention, that the heart contains the unconditional loving energy. So when you pop in there, you are popping into that energy that is unconditional love. And the message is to, again, use your heart as a compass if you're on this path of returning to love, of loving yourself. Always go back to the heart to ask yourself, what's the next step for you to take in order to love yourself? What's the best way for you to love yourself? What do you need to do now? All these sorts of questions, any sorts of questions that you might have on this journey, on this path that you walk to heal yourself and to love yourself. So the healing on the soul star is quite extensive. Quite extensive. Hearing it's multiple past lives and a lot of karma. So this is very interesting. And quite a big healing. Hearing it is a gift again. It's like some doors are being closed on those past lives, and those like energetic ties are being cut as well where they need to be. It's like closure almost. Ending of a cycle. A cycle of one where you didn't love yourself, might have hated yourself, might have been a lot of self-loathing, this sort of stuff, and that is coming to a close, coming to an end. The loop is closing, and you'll start a new cycle that is based off love, based on love, and based on loving yourself, where you take actions that are out of love instead of maybe out of fear, as that was the case in the old cycle, where a lot of your decisions or your behaviors, things like that, would have been from a place of fear or motivated from fear, or I'm hearing survival. This new cycle that you're moving into is a whole different ball game. It's totally different. And your behavior, your motivations will be based off of love instead of any other lower energies. Motivations for doing things. Thank you. Okay, you might be feeling some pressure at the back of your head. I think there's a chakra back there. It's called the Alta Major, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So for some of you, an activation is happening there. So I would associate this chakra opening up and activating for channeling and for healing. So channeling those high frequency energies. So for some of you, you're getting an activation in order to channel better or to channel energies for healing. And it seems to be connected into working with angels. That message. Lovely. And we're just gonna, after that, continue to bring down this loving energy, this pink and green, emerald green energy down into your crown chakra, opening and activating your crown to self-love, to love. Excuse me, some clearing happening. Excuse me. Just moving the camera in because I'm trying not to get anybody else in the shot, but they keep walking by. But however. Okay, so there is something. So that's how usually Spirit communicates the message of control. So if I try and control my surroundings, which I cannot, so there's some energy here around control. Trying to control your environment, the circumstances, your circumstances. And Archangel Ariel, the angels are asking if you are ready to let this go. So just taking a second to connect in with yourself and see how you feel about this. And if you are ready, saying, yes, I'm ready to let this go. And if you're not, just sitting with it and seeing what comes up for you if you're not ready to let it go. Just a wee blackbird here. Just a message from the universe. I'm hearing happiness. It's an omen of happiness. Thank you. I'm going to ask the angels, Archangel Ariel, just to help you let go of that control energy. Bring in any clearing or any healing that you might need in order to be able to do that. And to replace that energy with love and surrender and acceptance of your current circumstances and environment. And if there's any other energy that you'd like to replace it with, do feel free to say that. Thank you. As the beautiful green and pink energy continues to spiral down into your third eye chakra, opening and activating your third eye to love and self-love. It's for you to be able to love yourself. So there's something here about loving your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities. For some of you, your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities might have brought you a lot of strife, is the word I'm hearing. In this life, in past lives, I am getting the impression of like medicine woman or witches being burned at the stake, these sorts of things, where you had a tough time, maybe had to practice in secret. You couldn't practice at all for fear of being persecuted or killed, this sorts of things. So it has taken a toll, and for some of you, you might be resistant to opening up to your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities because of this in a past life, or even in this life. Maybe you said something to someone else and they didn't react too well, and they called you crazy, or they called you all sorts of different names and things like that, and that caused you to shut yourself off, close your gifts down. And the angels are just coming in to do a little bit of a healing around this, to enable you to open up, and it's in your own time. This is all in your own time, going at your own pace, to enable you to accept your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities, to open up to them fully, for them to open up fully as well. Ooh, a squirrel, which is an omen of prosperity. Ooh, it's coming over really close. Cute. Okay, sorry. But yeah, the angels, and primarily Archangel Ariel, is doing a healing on that for your third eye, your psychic gifts, being able to open up and accept them fully and love them despite any I'm hearing traumatic circumstances that might have occurred in the past in relation to your psychic abilities and gifts. And Archangel Ariel is like repairing your relationship to yourself in this regard, repairing your relationship to your psychic gifts, your psychic abilities, because it does seem like there's betrayal, there's abandonment, there's rejection there. You disconnected yourself from them to protect yourself. Seems to be some shame as well. And Archangel Ariel is just reconnecting those of you who need to be reconnected to them, clearing out any of those old energies, persecution, shame, as I mentioned, betrayal, abandonment, rejection, and healing and repairing that for you as well. Some golden, some white light coming in as well from this. For this, Shekinah, the Holy Spirit, coming in. She's been coming in a bit lately, which is lovely. McEasel deck again as well. Just doing some, well, a quite big deal, quite a lot of work on your third eye chakra. Geez, my communication today, not to worry. Okay, so there's something around not being able to communicate your gifts. So I think this might be like either connection to spirit, the universe, your guides. The communication is fractured. or you have a hard time communicating what your gifts are. Just going to ask for some healing for that as well. Thank you. So this beautiful green and pink energy is spiraling down into your throat chakra, opening and activating your throat to love, to self-love, to you being able to love yourself. So there's something about a block to being able to speak loving words to yourself. So you might be highly critical of yourself, you might even be quite abusive towards yourself, you might even bully yourself. These sorts of energies, maybe really, I think I said critical, you might nitpick, you might be a bit of a perfectionist. Any sorts of things like that, where you use your words to put yourself down, to belittle yourself, to abuse yourself, to bully, everything else that I've said. Just going to ask Archangel Ariel to clear that energy and to enable you and to bring in an activation for you to be able to speak loving words to yourself. There's also something coming in about being able to see the love within yourself, to look at yourself through the eyes of love. And a lot of support from the angelic realm to help you to do that. Thank you. As this beautiful pink and green energy spirals down into your heart and your heart chakra, opening and activating your heart and heart chakra to love, self-love, your ability to love yourself. Excuse me, some clearing happening. So I am seeing the connection between your throat and your heart. There's clearing that's happening there because there seems to have been some sort of blockage between your heart and your throat. So I think that's in relation to speaking loving words from yourself, because of course that loving energy would come from your heart. Okay, so seeing a lot of energy going into your heart and your heart chakra, and it's almost like your heart, higher heart, is opening like a flower, is blossoming. I'm seeing a lotus flower for this. Pink lotus, green lotus, for some of you orange lotus. Or perhaps a combination of all three, and this beautiful flower is just blossoming and opening, and I think it's symbolic of this love that you are cultivating for yourself, that you are pretty much blossoming into that version of yourself that loves yourself unconditionally. And it is very beautiful. Ooh, I'm also seeing a rainbow for unity. and I'm hearing it's about you being united and reunited to who you are really, your true self, which is the self that is based on love, the self that loves yourself unconditionally. And there's an activation in the heart there for that. So just gotta give me a second. I just got a quick flash of an image there. I wasn't too sure. It looked like a sword of truth and it looked like a lion. It's just Archangel Ariel, or is it something else? So with the lion, it's like being brave, being courageous on this journey that you're taking towards loving yourself, that you probably had to be. I don't know what you had to do to get to this point, what trials, what tribulations, what trauma I'm hearing that you've had to endure and face along the way. It's been a tough journey. You've had to be brave, you've had to be courageous. This path of loving yourself and the path of love is not for the faint of heart. It really is a difficult path in a lot of ways, because you need to sit with yourself and face yourself, and that can bring with it a lot of stuff can come up for you to have a look at, and it's quite difficult sitting with yourself and processing different things and clearing different things. And also it's mostly to do with the shadow and coming to terms with that. That is the difficult part of the journey. I think that's where the bravery and the courage comes in, and it's just kind of like a nod and confirmation in relation to that, of how brave and courageous you have been or will be, as the case may be for some of you, because this feels like for some of you this is an activation. You'll be starting your journey of self-love. For others, you might already be well on your way, and for those towards the other end of the spectrum, it's like this is the penultimate, and also perhaps for some the last sort of step that you need to take in order to achieve that love and completely start that new cycle of love. Just depends on where you are at in your journey. Thank you. So that lovely pink and green energy is going to spiral down your shoulders, into your arms and into your palms, activating and opening your palm chakras to love, to loving yourself, to having that ability to love yourself unconditionally. Okay, so some of you are receiving, it's an activation for healing, it's hands-on healing again. Angels are really driving this point home about working with them, connecting with them, but it's not necessarily for working with the angels. It just might be healing in general, but it's hands-on healing, channeling energy. It could also be like massage, using your hands in some way in order to bring about healing. These sorts of things. I'm also hearing also to do with like crafts and creativity. Woodwork is coming to mind, creating things lovingly with your hands as well. Beautiful. As this beautiful pink and emerald green energy spirals down into your solar plexus chakra, opening and activating this chakra to love, self-love, unconditional love. So I am hearing there is a block here in relation to power. Something along the lines of where your power has been abused. Also hearing if you have felt powerless or powerlessness. Excuse me? Excuse me. Helplessness. Or if there have been power imbalances in your relationships. I'm hearing unrequited love as well. And like the giving and receiving of love was unequal. It wasn't reciprocated. You might have given a lot of love and the other person didn't love you back. It was unrequited love, so there was like an imbalance. So just asking Archangel Ariel to bring some healing energy in for this and to clear out any of the old energy. There's also some repair that's needed for the solar plexus chakra. Seems to be like some scars, some wounds and some tears I was seeing because of this power imbalance. So bringing in some healing and repairing for that as well, to bring you back into more of a balance, or to bring back balance into your solar plexus chakra. Okay, again I'm seeing a lion. That's something to do with the Lion's Gate. That we've just passed the Lion's Gate actually. I did do a video on it, but it's only up on my Instagram. I couldn't get it up on YouTube, unfortunately. But it's something about the Lion's Gate and tuning into the energies of the Lion's Gate to help you with this chakra and your power. So they're saying you don't have to wait for the Lion's Gate to come back around, that you can just connect into the energies at any time with your intention. That seems to be the message, and to sit with those energies, to pull them down through your chakras like I am doing now, the Lion's Gate energy specifically, and to pour that energy into your solar plexus chakra. Visualize it like filling up like a bowl or a cup or whatever kind of imagery comes to your mind. It's almost like it needs to be recharged and replenished. And it's like it's homework for you to do if you feel called, if this resonates with you. Certainly the angels are putting that out there as something that would be beneficial for you to do. Oh, I also do have an energy healing for personal power, so I will link that down in the description box as well. That's just come to me, so that might be helpful and benefit you also if you want to check that out too. Thank you. Okay, as this beautiful pink and green light continues to spiral down into your sacral, opening and activating your sacral to love, self-love. I'm also hearing self-care. Specifically when it comes to your emotions. What steps are you taking to look after yourself emotionally? Tuning into this, sitting with this, asking yourself this question. What's the best way for you to come back to balance emotionally? What's the best way for you to process your emotions? What's the best way for you to look after yourself emotionally? Or any other questions in relation to this that might come to mind. So some of you might find this intensely difficult if you have a background where you're emotionally neglected or even abused. That's sitting with your emotions. You might not have the skills to emotionally regulate yourself, to process your emotions, to deal with your emotions, anything like this. You might get overwhelmed emotionally because you just weren't taught how to handle or deal with your emotions. So it's to look at what the best way is for you to emotionally regulate yourself. To build those skills that would be helpful for you to help you in this regard. And that is by no means a criticism. It is just guidance. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anything else in relation to this. Something to do with survival mode. So some clearing and healing coming in for this as well. Hi, Archangel Ariel. I'm going to ask also for her to bring in any energy and support that you might need in order to learn those necessary skills and tools to help you regulate your emotions, to process your emotions, to look after yourself emotionally. It's also a message in relation to like sexual self-care, pleasure, these sorts of things. And the pleasure doesn't necessarily need to be sexual as well. It could also be just looking at different ways that you can bring more pleasure and enjoyment into your life. So that could be eating delicious food. It could be dressing up really nicely in a way that gives you pleasure. It could be doing something creative, dancing, different things like this, to look after that aspect of yourself as well, to bring some loving energy in for that too. Also hearing like romantic relationships and partnerships as well, and being able to attract a partner that loves you just as much as you love them. That there's balance between that give and take. And as we continue on down into the root chakra with that beautiful green and pink energy, opening and activating the root chakra to love, self-love. And look at that beautiful energy behind me, the bluey white. It's very Pleiadian. Excuse me. Some clearing happening down in the root. So this is very much to do with your foundations. And how secure you feel towards yourself, if there's any insecurities that you might have. And just bringing in some love and acceptance into that as well. I'm also feeling like it's to do with your body, your physical body, and any insecurities that you might have in relation to your physical body, and not being able to love parts of yourself physically. There's some like rejection energy, maybe some disgust, self-loathing, these sorts of energies, just asking them to be cleared. And some healing being brought in, and some support to help you to again view yourself through that lens of love, so that you can view your physical body and love it. View it in that way and love it completely, accepting it for what it is. Or how it looks right now. Thank you. As we continue to move down with this beautiful green and pink energy into your knee chakras, opening and activating your knees to self-love. Again, self-care. Something coming in about exercise as well in the knees. To connect in with your body, to tune in with yourself, and to see what exercises are best for you to do. Because some of you, it feels like you might have overdone it in the past. You might have forced yourself to do more than you probably should have, and that might have caused some strain in your body, because the actions you were taking, it wasn't out of love. It was maybe because you wanted to lose weight, because you hated yourself, you hated the way you looked, these sorts of things. So that energy is just being cleared, and some healing and repairing going on there. But yeah, to just find the exercise that's best for you, and to tune in and connect in with yourself while you do it. So you are very aware of when you've had enough, pretty much. You don't force yourself to go over or past your limits. Okay, so it's also something about boundaries as well. And that you setting a boundary is an act of self-love. And that might bring up a whole heap of stuff for you if you even think about setting a boundary. Some fears of abandonment, of not being liked, of the reaction of the other person or people if you were to set a boundary. There's also something around abandonment and self-betrayal, like self-abandonment and self-betrayal because you weren't able to set that boundary for yourself. It's also the energy of disrespect. Clear, 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 please. And dishonoring. And this is basically, again, not a criticism, but more sort of you weren't able to set the boundary because maybe you didn't even learn that this was something that you could do. You didn't learn how to take care of yourself in this way. You didn't learn about your own needs and that it was okay to cater to them. That you weren't able to set your boundaries. You weren't taught how. And this also might bring up a lot of stuff for you to have a look at as well. Like grief and sadness, because whatever happened, you weren't able to have boundaries, or you weren't taught that it was okay to have boundaries. And now it is about embracing those boundaries as an act of self-love. But again, always coming back to yourself, to your heart, to your physical body, tuning in to see if a boundary needs to be established, what that boundary is. I'm even hearing you might even have to establish a boundary with yourself. So just for an example, say if you are starting your healing journey and spirit decides to communicate with you at all hours, disrupts your sleep, you might have to say, okay, spirit, I'm only available between the hours of 10 and 2. That's it. Please do not disturb my sleep. Things like this. Or for yourself, with work, maybe you like to work a lot. Maybe overdo it. Maybe you're prone to burnout. And it's setting a boundary with yourself, saying, okay, only work between the hours of 9 and 3. That's it. This sort of thing is also coming in. Whew. That's quite big, thank you. As this beautiful pink and green energy continues to spiral down into your feet, chakras opening and activating your feet. So something to do with your feet and like reflexology massages. Excuse me, some clearing happening too. And there's a beautiful violet coming in as well, at the top of the screen there. Cool. Um, Hearing that's McKeezel deck and also Metatron. He's not usually violet, but that's interesting. Okay, so yes, reflexology, massage, something to do with the feet, Epsom salt baths with the feet, just another sort of self-care thing. Epsom salt baths anyway are a really good thing to do for yourself, especially if you're doing energy work, you're doing healing work. It's really good to get a boost of magnesium, which you really need for your overall health. And also if you're doing any sorts of psychic spiritual work as well, and it's great for just cleansing you physically as well as energetically. So there is also that, but again, tuning into yourself to see if that is something that is for you, that's best for you, or not, as the case may be. With some clearing and healing happening down in your root chakras. As this beautiful energy continues to spiral down into your Earth Star chakra, opening and activating your Earth Star chakra to love. Some clearing happening, some healing happening. Seems like it is love energy going into your money situation, your financial situation. Also to do with grounding, being grounded. For some of you, it might be a good idea to do daily, I'm hearing, grounding practice, to get outside, to get your bare feet on the ground, or to do something similar here where we take the energy down through the chakras to ground it in. Whatever feels best for you. But it's like your money, your financial situation is also getting an injection of love. Also self-worth issues coming up too. If you have felt worthlessness, that energy is being cleared. Shame. Around who you are, who you really are. That energy being cleared as well. Some other energy about being backstabbed or betrayed, that's just been cleared as well. And if there's any swords, daggers, knives, which are symbolic of betrayal, that are lodged currently in your energy, I'm just going to ask Archangel Ariel to just gently remove them, transmute them with the violet flame, and heal and repair those areas where they have been removed. Now, please. So I'm seeing Archangel Michael coming in for this. And it is like a cord cutting between you and all past versions of yourself where you were unable to love yourself. Michael is swinging his mighty sword down through those cords to disconnect you from those energies. Also includes other people who do not love you for you. past life versions of yourself, and something to do with the ancestral line as well. Ancestors who are not loving of you. Basically, it seems to be cutting you free from any and all energies that don't love you. That you might have cords with. It's a big clear out I am hearing. And you might experience some relationships falling away as a result of this. That might bring up a lot of mixed emotions, for sure, for you to work through. And I'm also hearing you might feel like you might grieve the relationship. You might feel it is a loss. It is a loss, and it isn't a loss in that sense as well, in that they didn't love you for you. So you're better off letting them go. Because this is also an act of self-love. That you deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to have people in your vicinity, your circle, friends and family who love you for who you are. And if you lose friendships, relationships, anything like that, that's not based on love, that they were fake, it was unrequited love, that is best for you, and that they will be replaced by relationships, friendships, all the rest of it, with people who can actually love you for who you are. And something like the connection was, I'm hearing the term dead weight, that you put a lot of energy in, but it wasn't reciprocated. So it was like a one-way street. You might have gave and gave and gave, and they just took. So it wasn't a reciprocal connection. It wasn't something that would have fed you as well. It was like a connection that was feeding off you, draining you. And it was bringing out the best in you. Okay, as this energy continues to spiral down through the different levels and layers of the earth. Excuse me, some clearing. Excuse me. It's so funny because I hardly burp at all during the day today, but as soon as I started doing energy healing, I just burp like nobody's business. I think it's very funny. Anyway, on with the healing as your grounding cord continues down into the heart of Mother Earth Gaia. And I'm going to ask that you're plugged in separately and independently from each and every one of you. As as I call in Mother Earth Gaia, and I ask Gaia to ground, earth, anchor, connect, and align each and every one of you to her now, and to ensure that you are embodied in your physical body, or as much as you can be right now at this time. And Gaia's energy, I'm seeing purple, violet, is hearing indigo as well. It's coming up around that grounding cord that's green and pink grounding cord. It's spiraling up into your Earth Star chakra. Just grounding, earthing, anchoring, connecting, aligning you. Gosh, I can't get my words out today. Connecting you to Mother Earth Gaia. Whew. As her energy continues up into your feet, shins, calves, knees, root, grounding, earthing, connecting, aligning you to the heart of Gaia. As her energy continues to move up your abdomen and into your chest, down your shoulders, into your arms, hands, fingertips. So I'm hearing that Gaia has a gift for you. And I would invite you to visualize in your mind's eye, putting out your hands in front of you, and Gaia's going to place a gift into your hands. This gift might be very symbolic, to take a note of it, to tune in and see what the message is or the gift is, or to look it up. For me, I'm seeing a dandelion, but you know, when the dandelion's petals have fallen off and it's just a seed, we call it a wish. So if there is a wish that you have, I'm seeing like taking up that dandelion, making the wish and blowing the seeds. For Gaia to receive that wish and to support you to bring that wish into your physical reality, to bring it to fruition. Thank you, Gaia. This Gaia's energy continues up into the throat, into your face, up to your forehead, your crown, up further still into your soul star chakra, your stellar gateway chakra. And I'm just going to ask that you're connected into either galactic or an earth grid, depending on what's best for you right now, so that you're fully and completely supported above and below to walk on this path of self-love. I'm just going to ask if there is any other energies that need to come in to support you on this journey, that they come in, that they let themselves be known to you, or that they make themselves known to you. Just going to ask for support, for assistance, for guidance for you on this journey, to help you love yourself, to help you take those steps that you need to take on your path of love. So I am seeing that you are being enveloped in a bubble of pink light. This is from the unicorns. Literally looks like when you blow bubbles, except it's pink, shiny, and like that really fluorescent pink. And what is this for, unicorns? I'm hearing it is a safe space for you to love yourself. So it's almost like as you go about your day, your business, your journey, that you are enclosed within this little bubble of love that's going to help and support you to love yourself and take those steps that you need to, courtesy of the unicorns. Also seeing them, you know, with their horns that are, I think it's called an alicorn. They're like touching it off the bubble. Some sort of blessing being given to you by them for this. Thank you, unicorns. Okay. Ooh, this is a long one. Just tuning in to see if there's anything else to come in. Seems to be about it. There was a lot going in on that one. There's a lot going on, should I say. So I'm just going to start closing you down. Just going to ask Ariel, the healing teams of light, to balance, harmonize, stabilize, recalibrate, realign all levels, layers, bodies, fields, and systems of you. To align yourself with love. If there's any repairs necessary on your auric fields, for them to be done as well. Thank you. Just going to ask them to zip up your aura, zip up your aura, zip up your aura, so you feel strong, safe, secure, confident, walking your loving path. I'm just going to ask Ariel to disconnect me from all of the energies that I've connected into during this session, to return your energy to you, returning my energy to me, so we are separate and independent once more. Also hearing it's a good idea to pass the violet flame down through yourself, or if you have sage, if there's a different way that you like to use to cleanse yourself after this session, that would be a good idea to get into the habit of taking charge of your energy field and cleansing yourself daily. I'm going to ask my healing team of light to close everything down that was opened, healing portals, vortexes, channels, chakras, the sacred healing space. Anything that was open, close it all down now, please. Thank you. I'm just going to thank all the energies that were here for this session, the healing teams of light. Thank you so, so much for being here, for receiving this energy from my heart to yours. Namaste. Okay, that was a long one and a very strong one. So, there are aftercare guidelines down in the bottom in the description box if you would like to have a look. Usually I would recommend that you lie down for at least an hour after these sessions because you've just taken in a huge influx of high vibrational energy and your system needs time to settle, and if you lie down you give yourself that time. I'm just hearing that's also an act of self-love. In the spirit of self-love, would be a good idea to do that. But again, tuning into yourself and seeing what's best for you to support yourself after this session. Because some energies might come up to the surface for you to have a look with, sit with, process. You might even get some insight, intuitions, messages, these sorts of things. So yeah, it's nice to just lie down and let that happen. Excuse me. Also water. Excuse me. Cleansing yourself. Bath, Epsom salt bath, showers, drinking water. Excuse me. All that sort of stuff. Yeah, just checking if there's any other. So there is something to do with a self-love journal. So I don't know if it's about writing affirmations down and also speaking them out loud, or if you can't do it out loud, then in your mind, to get used to saying those affirmations, whatever it might be, to speaking love to yourself pretty much. Also seeing if you look at yourself in the mirror and say that those affirmations to yourself. It could be as simple as I love you, and just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying that, and just seeing what happens there. Ooh, a Jimmy Jojo is what we call them here in Ireland, where the seed is surrounded by like white feathery kind of things. It's a wish, so I think that is an omen of your wish being granted, so that's lovely. And where was I? Yes, speaking these affirmations to yourself in the mirror, and seeing what happens as well. Okay, so I also have a guided meditation on, I think it's self-esteem. That is coming into my mind for some reason, so I will link that down in the description box below as well if you want to check that out, if that resonates with you too. I think there is some sort of mirror work in that meditation, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's coming to mind also. If you'd like to check that out. I'm also seeing a white butterfly as a message from the universe. It's in relation to a transformation. That this will be transformative for you. So just was tuning in to see if there's any final messages, but that seems to be it. As the sun continues to shine down, so that's amazing, and the sun is shining down on you as well. Something about being proud of yourself for taking this step, for embarking on this journey of self-love, of loving yourself. to give yourself a pat on the back, that it's a huge thing. Well done, you. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. Do let me know how you got on in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.